I just got done doing some fun stuff. Check that out. I've got about 2.5 full throttles on that. Finally upgraded from that old piece of shit. Every time I did a filter clean, I'd reset it, and it would always go right up to the red line and dirty every single time on that old freaking AEM brute force cold air intake, but not anymore. Just kind of threw up a little bit doing an oil change. I mean, there's some shit down in the thing that kind of prevented it from draining down into the pan fast enough, so it puked all over the place. I mean, this pan's usually pretty freaking close on overflowing, just from the truck draining into it or any vehicle. But it was like, oh shit, this thing is like one little twitch, because I gotta hold it up straight so it doesn't, you know, because it gets that full. But then I thought the force of the oil coming down, because it was hot oil, was hitting the thing and pushed it down, because it was like, there was no more room for any more oil, and so I had to fucking tilt it back down, and it just puked all over the place. And it was like, but the thing was still up, but it was just not draining right. And, God damn it. Made a mess, but it's got some fresh oil in it. So we're still running good. Probably go for a little run here. I mean, she's breathing so much better. The spool's better and everything. I'll show you a couple more upgrades before I cut the video off. Excuse me, I ordered in some good stuff. Got the heater in the garage going. I'm trying to keep it up to temp for some painting. Some rattle can painting. I still got so much shit in here. I'm doing a project on this car. Got in an accident, replacing $1,100 worth of components. But heater's working good today, unlike yesterday. Freaking froze my ass off. Some of you guys might have seen these before. FTE muffler resonators, 4x30s. It's actually 4 OD instead of ID, which is kind of poopy, but we'll try and work with it. But usually guys put these on Cummins, but there's a few of them on Duramax for them. Guys said they cut, they go from straight pipe to just this, and it does their drone wonders. So I'm hoping to try that out on both trucks. I'm gonna probably put this on the front pipe, where the cat usually is, maybe a little further back, I don't know. And then that one, I'm going to try and put in the muffler on the LBZ, but I'm going to try putting that on the muffler on the LBZ first and see what that does for the drone in that truck, because if that eliminates it completely or very much comfortable-wise, then we'll try just replacing the muffler on the Lb7. But to me, the Lb7's got so much more of a drone. I hate straight pipe trucks like that. But, just doing some rattle can painting. I know it's not perfect. I just need to get the bumper cover on here. Just don't even want this car much longer anyway. It is kind of indented, I should say, here. So I mean, I tried my best to straighten it out with that indentation. So, and did a little bit of down there painted chipped when I pulled the old rocker off, because it was all busted up at the front. This thing had gotten in a front end accident. So, I mean, the body lines are still really good. So I had to replace the door too. I mean, the door works like a dream. Just smooth. Just, man, it works great. I mean, the door was just bent up on the old one. It's in the back of a black truck right now, my scrap truck. So, yeah, just keeping it warm so the paint dries quicker, so I can get the bumper on and be done with it. I was supposed to be done tonight, but the freaking tie rod didn't show up in the mail like it was supposed to. This is the second time Rock Auto has sent me parts via DHL. instead of USPS because it's got to go from DHL to USPS. I ordered an intake gasket for that for a white minivan I was working on. That was the only part that was sent by DHL, and that was 2 days after I delivered the vehicle that I finally got that gasket. I had to go get one because he's like, he wanted the van on Friday, parts didn't come till Saturday, and then I was like, well, they should be here Monday. They should be. No, not Monday. So Tuesday, I have to, because it was already way too late, and it was special order the gasket. I was figuring I was going to be here Monday. I should have called and ordered one, whatever. Tuesday, get it done, get it delivered. Wednesday, it shows up. You fucking pricks. Don't send it by DHL. Send it via USPS. What a waste of time. So, I was supposed to be here today, according to Rock Out. Oh yeah, I'll be here by Thursday. It's Friday. It better be here tomorrow because day late and $1 short. 2 days late, $15 short, probably $70 short. These fucking tie rods on this thing are expensive. You'll get tie rods for this thing. It's probably about $70 to $80 at O'Reilly's. It cost me $40 at Rock Auto for both of them. It's insane. But anyway, I suppose I'm gonna get the parts put away, all the tools and whatnot. Out there, this truck's not running for 20 minutes. The injectors are leaking so damn bad. Fucking thing just always just a smoking. Drives me nuts. Trying to save up enough to. You can see how hazy everything is. This truck running. Fucking injectors. I mean, I can't complain too terribly much because these injectors are a few thousand miles short, like 2,500 miles short of being 100,000 miles old. So we've got 257.5. He said 200 or 160 he had them replaced. So 2,500 miles short to having 100,000 mile old injectors, I guess. So, yep. But I gotta go on a little road trip tomorrow. I figure I'd get the oil change out of the way. So it was on 3% with those leaky injectors. I'm sure the oil was just full of fuel. So anyway, I suppose I'm just gonna go take it around the block and be done with it. Got to do a small clip of the LBZ straight pipe coming straight out of the downpipe when we first fired it up. So I figure I only got the front pipe off. We'll see what this sounds like. I think it definitely sounds better sounds better with exhaust. That's what we're about to change, though. So I got these old guys off, and then getting ready to put this one on. Now I had to take this to an exhaust guy today, and have him make this 4-inch ID, and you can see it's a little off, but I could stick this in there and see how far we can get it in. Just enough for me to clamp it, I guess. But I'm just gonna go from about, I don't even know where I had figured, probably somewhere about, well, we might cut it off about here or so, and that way it's got enough room to get that mouth over it, and got enough flat straight piece. And then kind of notice that this kind of expands here. I don't know that you guys, yeah, you can kind of see how it expands here. It's interesting. So this might be too small up here at first, but I'll clamp the shit out of it. And so I still have to figure out. I had the tape measure in the truck. That's why I grabbed my Sharpie. Alright. Sorry for the shakiness. Alright. So I am just curious to see. Figured about there. I got about, we could do straight 20. I think that'd be good. A straight 20 here, and then we have to do 10 inches off of here. So to get full, this is 30 from mouth to mouth. Yep, right on the dot. So we'll do that, I guess. 20 off of here, 10 off of here, and so he said as close to the front of the motor as, or front of the truck as you can get. So we'll give it a shot here. It's gonna suck if this doesn't frickin' fit, because I mean, we hacked that up. We're pretty well screwed. But I'll shove this in here first to see what happens. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I used a air chisel on and this little central pneumatic thing, it's like, oh, 1,300 beats a minute, oh my gosh, it's gonna rock your world. But no, no, it doesn't. No, it does not. And it didn't even do that much damage at all. Just a little chewing, and I don't know, not even bad at all. No dents or nothing. So that thing just tickles stuff. It doesn't freaking jar it. But, it did enough tickling to get it to break loose. All I had to do was sit there wiggling back and forth a little bit to get her to pop out of there. But, yeah, we'll get her done. Well, we got it installed. It's just a little bit more quiet. Just a little. Holy moly. I just drove it around a bit, got on it a few times, and all you hear is whistle under the hood. You don't hear anything coming from the tailpipe. I'm still deciding whether I like it or I hate it. So, holy Hannah, that's quiet. Let's throw on the high idle, the highest high idle here. That's 1750. And that's not even that loud. I mean, I can talk over it. Couldn't do that before. Just insane. Let's see here. This is 1250. That's still, dang, dude. That's insane. And we'll drop her down to, how we drop it down to 750 or 750 or 850, one of the two. Yeah. Dang, dude, it's like it's barely running. That's crazy. Absolutely insane how quiet that is. I wanted a quieter truck, and I was kind of thinking I was going to be excited for something that sounded like a factory truck. I mean, this does. See, the tailpipe's kind of shaking a bit. But we also are missing an exhaust mount now. On this old pipe, you can see it right there. I'll have to have Dad weld that on or something. Frick, this is just so much quieter. I am just, wow. I'm expecting something just to frickin' be belligerent under heavy throttle and quiet at idle on the freeway, whatever. Dude, I'm content though, dude. So while it's running, I mean, you can practically be underneath the thing while it's running and still talk to you. So here's all of it in its glory. And for all of you at home that want to do this, all I did was cut 20 inches off that front pipe and then 7 inches off the mid pipe. And this is for the extended cab. I don't know if you'll have to do measurements differently. Maybe the front pipe's longer on the crew cabs. I don't know. It might not be, but yeah, I mean, it's as close to the engine as possible, like the guy said you should do. I mean, here you go. I mean, EGTs don't seem like they get any higher. It's not supposed to increase EGTs. It's not supposed to reduce airflow. So, dude, this thing's like a win-win, dude. It's just quiet. Like, wow, quiet. So, yeah. I just borrowed my neighbor's chop saw to get this cut up because my grinding wheel decided to be poo-poo kachoo on that. That's a Walmart one, so it didn't take much. But, now we still got one more to do. I'm gonna do that one, but I'm gonna just put that pipe I have in the back seat on the muffler side, the muffler part, since that's originally kind of why I'd gotten it, because it's a 30-inch pipe for a 30-inch delete pipe. So, I mean, I'm pretty stoked because I wanted something nice and quiet and like a factory volume, and if that isn't, well, if it's just a little bit louder than factory, it's fine by me, but all you hear now is that turbo spool up, and that's something you don't hear in a factory truck, like, at all. So, unless the window's down, you can barely hear it, but... And, yeah, well, at daylight, I'll show you my other new upgrade that I'm enjoying very, very much. Very, very, very much. Alrighty. Dun, dun, dun. S&B cold air intake. Now, whoop-de-doo, big deal with cold air intake. You don't understand if you're talking like that, you know. I went from, you know, you saw that size of that filter in there. I went from that, or from this dinky frickin' tube, to what's in there. I mean, the size of the filter alone. I mean, that filter's like 2 times the size of that. That's more airflow, buddy. Because, you know, it's more surface area. And this one, you can start plugging that up, and it doesn't take much. I mean, the air meter that was on here, let's see, I've done a few full throttles. Look at that. Done a few full throttles. The thing hasn't even ticked. I guarantee it. I can try and reset it. Set that down. Try and reset it and it won't even move. Yeah, it won't even reset. There's nothing there to reset. This thing is breathing so much better. Because even with that thing, that filter cleaned, this was always popping up to the black mark right there. The dirty air filter, dirty air filter, dirty air filter. Every time I drive the truck, even light driving, it would start doing that. So, not anymore. It breathes. It's quiet. Oh, it's going to be nice. It's going to be really nice. And the only reason I got one for the Lbz is because it's straight pipe. It's obnoxious, especially when it's cold and it's higher idling. And then it high idles and then just wakes everybody up. It's just obnoxious. So we're going to get that in there. That one's got band clamps. This one actually had the U clamps, or whatever you want to call it. So, you know, where it crimps down onto it. Actually, it was a whole lot easier to get apart than I thought it was going to be. This kit's only been on here for about 2 years now. 2 years in Michigan and Minnesota salt. So, not too bad at all. I mean, where it went over, show you a little bit. Wasn't that rusty at all. It was more soot than anything. So I just used the chisel, and I mean, I wouldn't go anything if you've got the big honkin' frickin', like Eric O calls it, a big nasty. Yeah, that's probably gonna destroy your pipes, whether you want to or not. You know, that's up to you. Whatever, make more problems for yourself, or more of a headache. I don't know. But I got my